Hey, so what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Do yourself a favor and do me a favor and come join us by hitting that like, subscribe, and if you are not subscribed, hit the subscribe and a notification bell so you can get all of the notifications, all right? Make sure you join me on all my social media, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Because I give you guys a lot of content, a lot of information. Sometimes I'll go to the IG, so join me there too. All right. So listen, today is brought to you by Stock Up. Today is your day. Today is your day. Look, good people. We'll get into that a little later. But if you're like me, a lot of people like to be in the stock market, but they don't want to learn the stock market, right? I love to swim. I like to be in water, but I won't take the time to learn how to swim. At my age, I still can't swim, good people. I tell my daughters, I'll stand in front of a truck, but if you get in that water, you're on your own. All right, so we had PCE today, PCE, personal consumption, right? And those numbers came out. I'm actually just going to play that for you. We're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss Nvidia, and we're going to discuss the overall stock market, all right? So we want to know what's going on. On yesterday's video, you saw that I am into small caps rotation. A lot of people think it's still too early because of the PE of small caps. I don't. I am literally getting bite-sized pieces. The same thing I'm doing with Nvidia. Remember, in the video I aired before the earnings, I said some key things. One, don't buy the first dip. Don't dump all your bags in there. The video is still up. Don't just take all your dry powder and buy the first dip. We're also going into September, which is traditionally one of the worst months, right? So I expect a dip. I expect, Nvidia could come down to 108. Some people say 94. Some people say, I believe that there's a psychological support at 100. Just like, remember, I keep saying that this is the new Tesla. Nvidia is the new Tesla. Remember, Tesla went down to 101 and it springboarded and ran all the way up $100 off of that. Now, I'm not saying Nvidia is going to do the same thing, but I just want to let you guys know that this AI thing is nowhere close to being over. As a matter of fact, I want to show you guys this. Let's just do this. Look at this. AI, all right? AI. OpenAI in talks to raise funds that would value it at more than $100 billion. It's not even public yet, good people. $100 billion. Look at this. And I want you guys to see who is buying. You and I can't buy it. It's private. But who's buying into OpenAI? The owner of ChatGPT. Okay, look at this. Apple and Nvidia are reportedly in talks to invest in ChatGPT creator OpenAI by taking part in a multi-billion-dollar fundraising led by this venture capitalist, right? The fundraising round will see, look, Apple is putting money into OpenAI. Nvidia is putting money into OpenAI. See that? Microsoft. So you got, these are the big dogs in the race, right? And who is in it? Nvidia. Why Nvidia? Why Nvidia? Because they want to have a say in artificial intelligence. So for those of you that thinks that it's a bubble and it has popped and it's over, I'm telling you guys, we're in the first quarter. I believe anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell, but that's simply what I believe. And so we're just at the beginning of it because these companies, you see here 100 billion and it's private. Okay. I wish I could get a piece of this, right? But having said that, remember not to be overweight, good people. And I stress that before earnings, not to be overweight. I don't care how good it looks. You're going to try to knock the ball out of the park, and then reality sets in. It's going to take time. So Nvidia will most likely have a cool off. I don't know when, all right? But all I know is is the last week or so in September, we're going to have some drawdowns. I mean, September starts next week, right? Monday or Sunday. September starts Sunday. It's traditionally a bad month. So don't deploy all of your capital, and on a wish or a hope. We are about balance here, about balance, okay? So I want you guys to listen to this because some more information came out, PCE came out, and I want you to look at this. As a matter of fact, before I play that, let's just look at this, good people. I want you to see this. Non-payrolls, you see that, right? You see that. November, December, January, February, March, April, May at the bottom. But here's what I want you to look at. Look at the unemployment. Look at that. Is unemployment going up or is unemployment going down? Look at that, good people. Look at this. Average hourly earnings. Is the average hourly earnings going up or is it going down? Right? So unemployment still with all of this good data is going up. Average hourly earnings is going down, though the administration, the government keeps saying we're doing good, we're doing good. But no, you and I are not feeling that, right? We're not feeling it when we go to the gas pumps, when we go to the grocery store. We're not feeling it because the renters are paying on average minimum across the country $200 more even now, right? And some are way more depending on the state and the city that you're in, right? So you got to look at what is really going on versus what they tell us, all right? I want you guys to listen to this.
By at the CME with the breaking PCE inflation data. Rick?
Yes, we are anxiously looking at the wires for this July read, maybe some of the most important data points before we get to, of course, the September meeting. Right now, we're looking for the number on the headline to be up 0.2, and here it comes, up 0.3 on personal income, up 0.3, a little bit better than expected. Remember, back in May, it was up 0.4. If we look at the spending side, comes in up 0.5%, exactly as expected. In the rearview mirror, up 0.3. 0.5% is the best since March when it was up 0.7. Now we look at real personal spending, up 0.4, also better than expected, double in the rearview mirror. That equals where we were in May. To find a higher level, you have to go to December of last year. Now, let's look at that PCE index month over month, up 0.2, exactly as expected. However, it is a little warmer than the up 0.1 in the rearview mirror. And if you look back towards April, it was up 0.3. Now, let's look at price index year over year, expected to be up 2.5. It is up 2.5, and it equals last month at 2.5. And all these 2.5s happen to be the lowest level since February of 21, and it remains that way, of course, because it was the same as last month. And if we look at now the core PCE, we'll start for the month over month, up 0.2, as expected, same as the rear view mirror. And finally, core PCE year over year, expected to be up 2.7. And on this one, we come in a little better at 2.6, which equals our last look at 2.6. 2.6 really is the lowest to the last 2 months, going back to March of 21.
So the question is what is the Fed going to do? Now, based on its PCE numbers and month over month jobs, data, PCI, all of these PPE and CPI, all of these data points, it's a lot of alphabets in there. Can I buy a vowel? All of these data points are just showing that inflation is cooling off. And the question is now, how much will the Fed decrease interest rates? Some people are expecting 100 points, right? A 50, a 25, and a 25. I believe that's highly unlikely. I believe at best we get 75 basis points by the end of the year with the Fed reducing interest rates, okay? So 75 basis points is what Larry believes that the Fed will decrease interest rates by the end of this year. He's not going to move quicker. I don't care how much pressure it is on him, all right? And so I want to go back to Nvidia and then wrap this up. We want to listen to Tom Lee for a second.
Well, I think Nvidia is one of these stocks that has become part of like stock market lore. Almost everyone has a position. And I don't think the results and the earnings changed anyone's minds about AI and the central role it's playing in both global productivity, but also Nvidia's role. I think the sell-off tells you that a lot of good news was priced in. I think that's why the stock fell. It didn't take the broader market down. I think that was kind of a positive outcome.
So he said it didn't take the broader market down, which was a good signal, right? If the entire market would have failed, that would have been bad. He has a great point there, and it was baked in like we suggested. Though Nvidia had a beat, and it actually had a great earnings report, the stock still fell. Now, I think it's just trying to consolidate and see where things lie for right now as we enter into what is traditionally a bad month, September. So I personally believe that to buy more Nvidia for longs, your best opportunity will be in the next 4 to 6 weeks. What does that mean, Larry? It means that you got time and don't dump all of your money in. Now, I'm not selling any of my Nvidia that I already have that I've been having for years. But I believe that it will probably go a little lower before it go higher. Now, Monday it could drop high, but remember, we got all of September being the worst month, okay? And so you do what's best for you based on if you're just getting into a stock like Nvidia or not. All right. And so I'm not going to play the rest of this video. We could go on. I'm just going to talk about the rotation. Tom Lee talks about rotation into small caps and why it is going to be a good move. Though most think it's early, I don't think it's early. I think that it's timely. And I think that you could start dipping your toe into small caps. I showed it on yesterday's video. You can do the IWM, which is a small cap ETF. You can look at, I showed you guys the Palantirs, the Block, right? Affirm, the pay as you go. Just look into some small caps and participate into the rotation. Now, there again, September, which is Monday or Sunday, will be probably the best time to get in. So don't run right after this video. I already started. I'm doing okay. But I just want to point you guys in the right direction. Again, this is an election year. September will probably be a bad month. I believe September will be a worse month than the previous month. I believe it's going to be one of the worst months in the last 6 months. I'm sorry, in the last 3 months. All right, of this quarter. I believe September into October. I believe November. You'll be thanking yourself. I would say I would be thanking God that I did some buying in September. All right. And so, good people, I want to just leave it right there and wrap this week up with that. But I also want you guys to know, look, don't wait, because many have said, look, I have not bought in, but someone else bought in and they're paying for the course every month. Some of you guys are paying the price of the course every week. You're making it every week. And so I don't want you guys to miss out. All right. So make sure you download Stock Up You. All right. Make sure we have all of you guys are going to learn all about the stock market. You're going to learn about crypto. All right. And it's not just myself. You have a whole team of us showing you how to trade, swing trade, and invest, and even beginners options. Again, invest, learn, test, earn. Invest, learn, test, earn. Invest in yourself first. Learn the material that you invested in. Test it first. Buy one share, all right? Or paper trading for a period of time, and then execute and earn, all right? So that's what Stock Up You is all about. For those of you that already have the class, you're going to be so glad you purchased it at a lower price because it will be going up next year. But at the end of this year, I'm going to be adding more classes to it and you don't pay another dime. All right. And for those of you that want to buy it now at this low price, then do it now. Okay. We're going to be adding new content. You never have to pay another dime. All right. We want you guys to be prepared now. If a recession happens in 2025, we're going to be looking for opportunity, and what opportunity is, and we're going to have the tools to execute. All right. I will see you guys later. It's good to be back in this chair. It's good to be back here with you guys. I consider it an honor and a blessing. We'll see you later. Live, love, laugh, and learn.